Hello, I just want to make a short video on, Good Friday and just kind of tell you guys a different way to do it. I know a lot of times during this season of Oster, we usually read in the New Testament about Jesus and about his death, his burial, his resurrection, and it's been a blessing. It always is, and we might watch Passion of Christ and some other films that just help us be remembered of the atonement for our sins. But I just encourage you guys to do something a little different and read about Jesus in the Old Testament. I know yesterday, because Good Friday is really Good Thursday, so I celebrated on Thursday, but I just started reading the book of Isaiah. I started reading Psalms and Ezekiel, Amos, Zechariah, Genesis, like just the Old Testament and everything that I could about Jesus in the Old Testament. And it blessed me even more than reading the story of Jesus in the New Testament, because it showed that Jesus did truly come to fulfill what was said in the law and by the prophets. And it just blessed me so much, and I wanted to encourage you guys because I'm sure it'll be a blessing to you as well. I'm just going to leave you guys with the whole chapter of Isaiah 53, and it'll kind of show what I'm talking about here. I'm going to read it off of my candy. This is Holmes Christian Standard. Who has believed what we have heard, and who has the arm of the Lord been revealed to? He grew up before him like a young plant and like a root out of dry ground. He didn't have an impressive form or majesty that we should look at him, no appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of suffering who knew what sickness was. He was like somebody turned away from. He was despised, and we didn't value him. Yet he himself bore our sickness, he carried our pains, but we in turn regarded him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. That makes me think of Job and how his friends, because of all the things that were happening to him, thought, surely God is, punishing you for some sin. Okay, verse 5. But he was pierced because of our transgressions, crushed because of our iniquities, punished for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds. We have all went astray like sheep. We all have turned to our own way, and the Lord has punished him for our iniquity. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. Like a lamb led to slaughter, and like a sheep silent before her shears, he did not open his mouth. That part always astonishes me, because if that was happening to me, I would be talking a lot, unfortunately. Only Jesus. Verse 8. He was taken away because of oppression and judgment, and who considered his fate? He was cut off from the land of the living. He was struck because of our people's rebellion. They made his grave with the wicked and with the rich man at his death, although he had no violence and had not spoken deceitfully. Yet the Lord, this part gets me, yet the Lord was pleased to crush him severely. It's just a whole nother aspect. When we make a restitution offering, he will see his seed. He will prolong his days, and by his hand the Lord's pleasure will be accomplished. He will see it out of his anguish, and he will be satisfied with his knowledge. My righteous servant will justify many, and he will carry their iniquities. Therefore I will give him the many as a portion, and he will receive the mighty as spoil, because he submitted himself to death, and was counted among the rebels. Yet he bore the sin of many, and interceded for the rebels. Alrighty, I hope that blessed you as much as it did me, and it just gives you a whole nother perspective, as it did me. Alrighty, bye-bye. See you next time. Adios.